What's up, everyone, and welcome. In this episode, we're going to talk about SolarWinds? Kinda. Nobelium, who executed the SolarWinds supply chain attack, is using a new post-exploitation backdoor during attacks on Active Directory Federation Services servers.
Oh, drat these computers. They're so naughty and so complex. I could pinch them.
The threat actors behind the notorious SolarWinds supply chain attacks have dispatched a new malware to steal data and maintain persistence on victims' networks, researchers have found. Researchers from the Microsoft Threat Intelligence Center, or MSTIC, have observed the apt it calls Nobelium using a post-exploitation backdoor dubbed FoggyWeb to attack Active Directory Federation Services servers. ADFS, or Active Directory Federation Services for short, is ADFS, enables single sign-on across cloud-based apps in a Microsoft environment by sharing digital identity and entitlement rights. The attack started as far back as April 2021, Ramin Nafisi from MSTIC wrote in a blog post published Monday. Nobelium is employing multiple tactics to pursue credential theft to gain admin privileges to ADFS servers, Nafisi wrote. Then, once a server is compromised, the threat groups deploys FoggyWeb to remotely exfiltrate the configuration database of compromised ADFS servers, decrypted token signing certificates, and token decryption certificates, he said, which can be used to penetrate into users' cloud accounts.
No, you don't. Why, you one false move out of you and I'll...
In addition to remotely exfiltrating sensitive data, FoggyWeb also achieves persistence and communicates with a command and control server to receive additional malicious components and execute them, Navisi added. Navisi provides a thorough breakdown of the sophisticated FoggyWeb backdoor, which operates by allowing abuse of the security assertion markup, or SAML, token in ADFS, he explained in the post. The backdoor configures HTTP listeners for actor-defined URIs that mimic the structure of the legitimate URIs used by the targeted ADFS deployment, Nafisi wrote. The custom listeners passively monitor all incoming HTTP GET and POST requests sent to the ADFS server from the intranet or internet, and it intercepts the HTTP requests that match the custom URI patterns defined by the actor. Attackers store the malware in an encrypted file called windows.data.timezones.zh-ph.pri, while the malicious file version.dll acts as a loader. The DLL file leverages the CLR hosting interfaces and APIs to load FoggyWeb, a managed DLL in the same application domain within which legitimate ADFS managed code is executed. In this way, FoggyWeb gains access to the ADFS codebase and resources, including the ADFS configuration database. The malware also inherits ADFS service account permissions that are required to access the ADFS configuration database. Additionally, because FoggyWeb is loaded into the same application domain as the ADFS managed code, it gains programmatical access to the legitimate ADFS classes, methods, properties, fields, objects, and components that are subsequently leveraged by FoggyWeb to facilitate its malicious operations. So in essence, FoggyWeb gains complete access to all the functionality that the ADFS server has because it's loaded within the same domain. So it can call the classes, it can use the properties, it can use the fields, it can use the objects and components, and it also has the same permission levels. So it's 100% becomes a part of that actual ADFS software. So it then has access to all of the data and all of the functionality of that system.
Dum away! 00110010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010010
being targeted by the compromised or compromised by FoggyWeb, as well as included a comprehensive list of compromise indicators in the post. The company also recommends several mitigation actions for organizations, including auditing of on-premises and cloud infrastructure to identify any changes the actor might have made to maintain access, removing user and app access, reviewing configurations for each, and reissuing new strong credentials, and using a hardware security module to prevent the exfiltration of sensitive data. Microsoft also is advising that all customers review their ADFS server configuration and implement whatever changes are needed to secure the systems from attacks. Microsoft researchers have been keeping a wary eye on Nobelium since the company got caught up in the SolarWinds attack that was first discovered late last year. They've been tracking the threat group's activity and capabilities, which have expanded as the actors have built and deployed new malware. Since the SolarWinds incident, researchers have observed Nobelium steadily building out its arsenal beyond the Sunburst SolarWinds backdoor and teardrop malware it initially deployed in that attack, which affected tens of thousands of organizations around the globe. The group used malware called Raindrop in follow-on SolarWinds attacks, then later added GoldMax, GoldFinder, and Cybot malware for layered persistence to its toolset. Microsoft researchers also identified EnvyScout, Boombox, NativeZone, and VaporRage as 4 pieces of malware that were used in a Nobelium email-based attack chain earlier this year. So, what did we learn? Well, if you're using Active Directory Federation services, then you need to pay particular attention to your machines and scan regularly for this threat. But then, again, Microsoft should have already contacted you about it. What else did we learn? Attackers are evolving. They're learning and creating new tools based on what they learn. As we could see here, all of these different malwares that they came out, GoldMax, GoldFinder, Cybot, Raindrop, as well as EnvyScout, Boombox, NativeZone, VaporRage. These are all new applications that have been developed over time as these attackers learn from all of the companies that they've infected, what they can do better, how they can get around security, what little modifications they need to be made, etc. They're learning on the go. Once an attacker gains a foothold into your system, they're exfiltrating the configuration database of the compromised Active Directory Confederation services, decrypted token signing certs, and token decryption certs, which can be used to penetrate into user cloud accounts. You need to actively check cloud accounts for suspicious activities. If you want to be absolutely sure, you want to change your credentials to strong credentials, you want to swap them out regularly. With that, I'll say thanks again for watching. Don't forget to share and subscribe if you haven't already, and smash the bell if you haven't already, and I will see you on the next episode. Take care.
Don't forget to ride. Farewell.